Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here in a game between Kokon and Dicemoney. We have Dicemoney playing Skeletons, Forsaken Waste, of course, and then on the left-hand side, so on the west, or west-east, I don't know how you want to really put this, left-right, doesn't really matter. But we have Kokon playing his, awesome ISSL, funky deck where he has a lot of passive champions that do damage with relics such as Gatling Gun, or he uses equipment such as the Drake 2 rifle. So a 52 Nora. So you have a champion like the Master Trapsmith, right? Who by itself doesn't really have an attack, and then all of a sudden you just go ahead and use put a rifle on him, and then he has he has a basic attack, as well as the ability to grant these traps. And then you can also, once you use these traps, you have knockback with things such as the tremor from the IS relic. Now, we just saw a kill there, but on that, what was that? On the broken bones, and the Lasher Helm goes over to the Tomb Lord. Now let's see what's their macro game gonna be, right? So macro game for Kokon is gonna be to set up a good amount of champs, just maybe three. Three is good for him, I think. Once he has these 3 champs, macro game for him is set up these Gatling guns, and then he kind of wants to start pushing. Now the macro game for Dicemoney, on the other hand, because he is playing Forsaken Waste and because he is Skeletons, is he usually has a better late game, right? They have, more scaling, and because of the Forsaken Waste bonus, often, they don't run out of champions, correct? Now, this map, because no matter what, you do get those 2 fonts, means that you'll have a lot of Nora gain. So, Forsaken Waste will be able to deploy, oh wow, a 29 Nora champ here. So, Forsaken Waste is going to be able to deploy a champion every single turn. So if you find a champion with something such as Vengeful, that's probably a good idea of what he wants to play as fast as possible. Here we see the Lasher Helm on the Tomb Lord, also a good idea, just because it's infinite value as long as it's never shattered. Here an Arroyo Eye, sorry. Gotta wonder what that's for. It has detection as well as soul tap. Once you split it once, then it's 54 Nora for both of these. It's pretty good. You have 2 range champs that you all of a sudden got. Now they're very squishy, but I think you're okay with that just because you want to get that soul tap as quick as possible on as many champions. And but I wouldn't split more than just the once, just because then it's at 15 health basically, and then it'll just die to an AOE, right? This way, if you have 2 of them, they both die to around 2 attacks, as well as they don't die too easily to AoEs, right? So that's pretty good. Now, this does give a little bit more of a hint on to what Dicemoney is actually playing. So I was saying it's Skeletons at first, but with these 2 deploys, we can now see it's more of a Deathbenefit battle group, just because the Berserker, it is a champion, only 29 Nora for this champion, so this is extremely cheap, extremely cheap. You hit once with this champ, and you're okay with that. Now, the reason I say that is because if you can think of a spell, right? Let's imagine the spell, what's it called? Soulbane. Soulbane, it's a 15 damage spell, and that costs around 40 Nora for that spell. Now, with this Skeleton Berserker, if you attack once and cause them to attack you, or if you somehow present a blockade, now here we're gonna see a lot of traps go off, right? Rifle, and now we're gonna see all these traps go off on this Tomb Lord. Tomb Lord's probably dead with all these traps. Let's see. Yeah, look at all that damage he just took. He's down at 4 health. Took a fire trap, a poison trap, and a rock trap. So yeah, he's basically dead. Anyway, what I was saying is, yeah. So if this Berserker, causes 1 hit of AP, so that's 3 AP and does 15 damage, I think you can already say this champ is worth it. Like I said, it's only 29 Nora, so you have to look at these champs that way. So even if it dies really quickly and you're like, wow, I only got 1 or 2 hits off because it had short-lived, what a bad champ. No, this is a spell. You can say this is a delayed spell, right? delayed. It took 3 AP from him, and it cost 15 damage. You're okay with that. Now, the broken bones was split. Both of the split champs do count as champions, so they will all count toward the death charge for that aspect of death, which then has that death knell or canal. What is knell? I think silent K. I'm thinking. So death knell. 6 charges. That means that we have to have 2 champions die. And then every 3 turns, you can give a champion short-lived. Now, giving these champs short-lived is not that good. This is 63 Nora. Even if you have the Drake Tooth rifle on it, I think this is a 25 Nora equipment. I'm not even sure. Maybe 30. Then this is a 90 Nora champ, which is, I guess, kind of expensive. But it's a very slow effect, short-lived one, right? It's 6 rounds, about as long as this champion lives, right? He lives for... Are short-lived too? Okay, so it's a little bit shorter than how long this champ lives, but still, it's quite short. So you do have to watch out that even if you do use your death knell, you have to make sure it's they don't get too much value before the champion dies. For example, this one already 36 Nora, so if he death knells the fabricator, boom, nice. That was the Grobble bombardment. Causes the knockback damage as well. You can probably kill both these champs with some spell, or maybe with a lava storm if he has it up. Lava storm works well with the Grobble as well, just because immunity fire, meaning the lava storm will not actually damage the Grobble. Yeah, that's that's another really cool effect from Kokon, is that Grobble bombardment. It's a spell that does knockback damage, so it's kind of confusing to me. I don't know how it actually works, but alright, so he's not dead. He needs an aura. What's he doing? He doesn't have an aura, does he? Yeah, this Killer Berserker's about to die, so that's why he's not actually gonna go damage it. There's really no point. And once it dies, the Lasher Helm will jump over somewhere else. But these champs aren't dead at the moment. Now you can put lava. Yeah, are these flying? No, they're not flying. Okay. So the Arroyo eyes are not flying, so they will just... He'll die, and he'll actually not die though. This 1 HP Arroyo eye can actually that was a sapping strike, I believe. Yeah, the sapping strike. Anyway, so all these cheap champions from Kokon, plus the knockback that IS provides, which is not extremely high in and of itself. Now, like, IS isn't known as a knockback like faction. If anything, that might be Shattered Peaks or ST because of Gale Force. I'm not sure. But usually I wouldn't think of IS if I'm thinking of the knockback champions. SL, I guess Marine. Oh, Sweep is not like, again, I don't know if you think of SL as a knockback faction, right? Not a faction where you're like, hey, if I'm making a knockback battle group, it's gonna have SL in it definitely. Now anything with traps is a good place to start if you want to make a knockback battle group. So SL is good, Shatter Peaks is good. I can't think of that much else. Anything with traps, like I said. I just know Shatter Peaks has a lot of traps. Yeah, I guess that's traps too, though, from the Master Trap and Smith. But yeah, definitely a really cool deck. I always like seeing this when he plays it. I always think it's really interesting. Now he can use his Death Knell now, but I think it affects the closest champion, the nearest opposing, exactly. So this Terraformer will take the short-lived, but in all honesty, he's already at 24 health, so he wants to use the death now, right? He's like, hey, I have it up, I have the charges ready for it, I want to use it. But if he uses it now, it will go on the terraform, which he's tilling this turn anyway, or next turn. Wow, he goes for the Earthshaker. That's interesting. So he wants to ideally kill the terraformer. Well, let's use this as fuck. Alright, that's just pointless. Yeah, that's just pointless, really. In my opinion. Now, I don't play this deck, so maybe there's some kind of hidden thing that I don't see, but The reason I think this is weird is because he's at 24 health anyway. Like, if anything, you're gonna attack with him. Like, you don't want to leave him up for another 3 rounds just because you want to make sure you get value out of short-lived, right? So, if anything, you really just want to kill him. You don't want to leave him alive. Goddamn. It would have been best if he could maybe use a spell, and so because he had one more hit with a martyr, right? So he could have attacked with a martyr, and then used the spell to kill the terraformer. Now he is half IS, so it makes it a little bit harder, but yeah. So hit with martyr would have put him at 10, and then use some type of spell to kill the terraformer, and then use death nail. So at least goes on the fabricator, who's at 36 health. But a 22 health champ, no, you're gonna kill that next turn anyway, right? Now here's the traps, and then he also has the Earthshaker up this turn. So yeah, okay, so he's gonna, wow, mobility, nice. So yeah, he's putting the traps behind the polluted martyr, has all 3 of them up with that poison cloud as well. 19 damage plus 6, I think. That was a grip on him. Yeah, grip on him, make sure that, there you go. 6, 10, 10, 9, okay. Good amount of damage there. And then even a, rifle attack. Now, is he dead? He has one more attack with the fabricator as a rifle if he wants, I think. Or that, okay. So now, puts down the Gatling gun. Poison will get rid of one of them. Poison will either take the martyr out or take the, no. So, the Lasher Helm will kill the Arrow Eye. And then, he'll die to poison and the Gatling gun. Now the trap is on him, but he can't move. He can attack though. He does have a double tap because he has 1/2 range, so he can probably double tap the Gatling gun is the best idea. You want to get rid of that ASAP. Like I said, I guess now you want to get use of that short-lived, even though it's pointless. Yeah. So definitely, if anything, hit the Gatling gun twice. Don't move the martyr. Whatever you do, do not move the martyr because of this poison cloud, right? And then secondly, try to get some more champs out up here. But yeah, Dicemoney, I don't think he has a very good chance. This is not now. I think he needs a better battle group. This is Kokon's like iconic deck, and he's played this a lot. So Kokon is very good with his battle group. Extremely good. It's really awesome to see him play this the game with this strange battle group. 'Cause there's so many you're like, hey, how is this thing gonna damage me? You know, it's like it doesn't have any attacks, and then you're like, well, okay, now there's a rifle on it, but you're like, okay, that's an attack, I guess. But then, all of a sudden, you just did 30 damage in 1 turn on the polluted martyr, right? From the traps. How much did that do? Actually, let's go check. In all, that did. Let's see, where is it? All right, so that was 10 plus 9 is 19, plus 6 is 25, and then plus another 27 damage from just traps, and then plus 6 as well from the Earthshaker. But yeah, insane amount of damage. Now I think Dicemoney is surrendering here. That's my only assumption, just because he's not doing anything. I mean, you would see him play something if he's not surrendering, but he's just letting the time go out. I think he's a little bit mad, or he's just saying, maybe they're just chatting, right? We can't see what they're saying. Queue up, you little bitch. Alright. Anyway, or I'm disconnected. That could be it too. No, that's yeah, no, that's GG. Well played by Kokon. Let's hope he gets to play against someone who has a better deck. Now, like I said, I don't want to say that deck's really horrible. His battle group is also kind of just subpar. Also a good combo there. Wow, really nice. The lightning skewer to get the extra damage from the Bane blast. 24 damage now from the Bane blast. It's the highest damaging AoE that there is if you get that effect with the paralyze, right? So nice, very nice. And then the aspect of death will die to the Gatling gun, or the yeah, no, just Gatling gun will kill him. So now we're gonna probably see the terraformer just going. He's dead anyway. Skeleton Berserk. Who was? Yeah. So now the Broken Bones has. Yeah. I don't even know why I'm still talking about this game. It's GG. Like I said, Dicemoney did surrender already last turn by not doing anything. But well played. Good game.